The shocking mistakes everyone makes when eating sardines. Sardines are truly a nutritional powerhouse, a tiny fish packed with an impressive array of benefits for your heart, brain, and bones. Their naturally low mercury content makes them an exceptionally safe and healthy seafood choice, one that can be enjoyed frequently. These little swimmers are a treasure trove of protein, essential omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vital vitamins that our bodies rely on for optimal function. However, despite their inherent goodness, a significant number of people inadvertently diminish these remarkable benefits, compromise their taste, and sometimes even impact their own well-being through a series of common and often overlooked mistakes. It's worth taking a moment to reflect on your own sardine habits. When you reach for a can, are you certain you're selecting the best option from the shelf? Do you handle leftovers with care, ensuring they remain safe and don't spoil? Have you ever thought that rinsing sardines might somehow make them healthier, a practice that actually strips away their value? And perhaps the most crucial question of all, are you discarding the very part of the sardine that holds the greatest concentration of nutrients? The unfortunate reality is that sardines often don't receive the recognition they deserve, not due to any fault of their own within the can, but because of how we, as consumers, interact with them after opening. From careless storage to fundamental cooking errors, these miniature fish lose their healthful essence before they even have a chance to nourish us. This exploration will systematically address the common missteps people make when it comes to sardines. While some of these errors may appear minor at first glance, understanding the underlying reasons will illuminate just how significant they truly are. By the end of this discussion, you'll be equipped with the knowledge to savor sardines exactly as nature intended. Before we delve into the specifics, a brief request. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel to become part of our thriving community of health-conscious individuals. If you find these types of informative videos valuable, please type yes in the comments section so we know you're engaged and eager to learn more. Now let's embark on this journey of discovery. Mistake 10, throwing out the bones. One of the most prevalent errors people make with sardines is the misguided act of removing the delicate bones. At first encounter, this might seem like a sensible precaution, drawing parallels to larger fish where bones can indeed be sharp, bothersome, and even a choking hazard. However, sardines represent an entirely different category. Their bones are entirely edible, possessing a remarkable softness that renders them perfectly safe to chew. The canning process itself, through pressure cooking, renders these bones so tender that most individuals don't even perceive their presence. The truly remarkable aspect, however, lies in their nutritional density. These tiny bones are a veritable goldmine of nutrients, serving as one of the most exceptional natural sources of calcium readily available in seafood. A single serving of sardines, consumed with their bones intact, can supply over a third of your daily calcium requirements. This mineral is fundamental for maintaining robust bone health, ensuring the integrity of your teeth and facilitating proper muscle function. Furthermore, these bones are a source of vitamin D, a crucial nutrient that enhances your body's ability to absorb calcium. In synergy, calcium and vitamin D form an unparalleled alliance in safeguarding bone health, particularly as we advance in age. By discarding the bones, you not only create unnecessary work for yourself, but also inadvertently throw away vital nutrients that your body desperately needs. Moreover, the taste impact is virtually non-existent. The bones seamlessly integrate into the texture of the fish. Indeed, many seasoned sardine enthusiasts are unable to discern the boundary between the flesh and the bones. While some manufacturers do offer deboned sardines, these typically come with a higher price tag and often present a less appealing, fragmented appearance due to the deboning process itself, which can compromise the integrity of the fish. Consequently, you end up paying more for diminished nutritional value and a less appealing product. The solution is elegantly simple. Embrace the bones. They are safe, exceptionally nutritious, and practically imperceptible once you begin to consume them. Consider them a hidden bonus that elevates sardines to the status of one of the most nutrient-dense foods accessible to consumers. Mistake 9, choosing water-packed instead of oil-packed. A significant number of dietary missteps originate in the grocery aisle, specifically when selecting sardines. A common error is opting for sardines packed in water over those preserved in oil. On the surface, water-packed sardines might appear to be the healthier choice, seemingly offering fewer calories and a lighter flavor profile. However, the reality is quite different. By choosing water as the packing medium instead of oil, you are not only sacrificing flavor, but also compromising on nutritional content. Sardines are inherently rich in beneficial fats, most notably omega-3 fatty acids. These are the very same fatty acids that play a pivotal role in reducing inflammation, protecting cardiovascular health, and ensuring the fish retains its moisture. Moreover, these healthy fats are crucial for enhancing your body's capacity to absorb and utilize the omega-3s. In stark contrast, water does little to benefit the sardines. Sardines preserved in water tend to be bland, dry, and can even develop a metallic undertone over time. This is because water is incapable of protecting the natural oils within the fish from oxidation. As these oils degrade, both the flavor and nutritional value diminish. Oil, on the other hand, acts as a protective barrier, maintaining the freshness and extending the palatability of sardines for a longer duration. In fact, many culinary aficionados contend that sardines preserved in olive oil actually improve in flavor with extended storage. While it is true that sardines packed in oil contain more calories, these are predominantly healthy fats that confer significant health advantages. This seemingly minor selection has a substantial impact on the overall experience. For sardines that offer both exceptional taste and maximal nutritional benefit, it is advisable to forgo the water-packed tins and instead opt for those submerged in quality oil. Mistake 8. Letting opened cans sit too long. This is an almost universal mistake that people make at some point, leaving an opened can of sardines unattended for an extended period. While unopened cans can retain their quality for years, the moment the lid is breached, a countdown begins. As soon as sardines are exposed to air, their deterioration commences. The beneficial oils within begin to oxidize, which not only alters their flavor, but also degrades the valuable omega-3 fats, precisely the reason many individuals consume sardines in the first place. Consequently, the longer they remain exposed, the less nutritional value you derive, and the less appealing they become in taste. The duration of their edibility is contingent upon their packing medium. Sardines in water tend to decline in quality most rapidly, typically within 24 hours. Those packed in oil can remain palatable in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 days. If they are in tomato sauce, their shelf life might be extended to approximately 4 days. However, there is an immutable rule that cannot be overlooked. After a week, regardless of the packing medium, sardines are considered spoiled and unsafe for consumption. Another common oversight is leaving sardines in their original opened can. Once exposed to the elements, the metal can react with the air, accelerating spoilage and imparting an unpleasant metallic taste. Therefore, food safety experts strongly recommend transferring open sardines into a clean, airtight glass or plastic container immediately. This measure effectively seals out air, slows down nutrient loss, and preserves their flavor. For those seeking to extend their shelf life further, freezing is an option, though it's important to note that freezing can alter the texture, resulting in a softer consistency. The most prudent approach is to open only what you intend to consume within a couple of days, and to always transfer any remaining sardines into a suitable storage container. This simple habit ensures your sardines remain safe, fresh, and brimming with their inherent nutritional value. Mistake 7. Ignoring expiration dates and storage rules. A prevalent misconception is that canned food possesses an indefinite shelf life, which is demonstrably untrue. While sardines can maintain their quality for years when properly sealed and stored, they are nonetheless susceptible to the detrimental effects of heat, direct sunlight, and excessive moisture. If you habitually store cans in a sun-drenched kitchen window, near a heat-generating appliance like a stove, or in a damp pantry, you are actively accelerating the degradation process of both the can and its contents. Over time, the natural oils within the fish undergo oxidation, leading to the development of sour flavors and a decline in nutrient content. More alarmingly, a compromised can may provide an environment conducive to bacterial growth, rendering the sardines unsafe for consumption. Moreover, a less commonly known fact is that not all canned sardines possess equal longevity. Those packed in acidic mediums, such as tomato sauce, tend to deteriorate more rapidly than their counterparts preserved in oil. This implies that if you purchase various types of canned sardines, a rotation system is advisable. Prioritize the consumption of varieties packed in acidic liquids and reserve the oil-packed tins for longer-term storage. It is equally crucial to meticulously inspect the can prior to opening. Any signs of bulging, rust, significant dents along the seams, or visible leaks should be treated with extreme caution, and the product should be discarded without hesitation. Consider this perspective. Sardines represent one of the most affordable yet potent superfoods available. It is both wasteful and potentially detrimental to your health to compromise their integrity through improper storage. With a modicum of care and attention, you can ensure that every can of sardines you open is fresh, safe, and delivers the full spectrum of nutritional benefits it promises. Mistake 6. Only eating them straight from the can. One of the most celebrated attributes of sardines is their inherent convenience. Simply opening the tin provides an immediate and ready-to-eat meal. However, this singular approach to consumption comes with a significant drawback. By exclusively consuming sardines in their unadulterated form, you are effectively limiting yourself from a vast array of flavor profiles and culinary possibilities. This is precisely why many individuals find themselves quickly growing tired of sardines. The versatility of sardines extends far beyond their straightforward presentation. They should be viewed not merely as a finished snack, but as a foundational ingredient with immense potential. For instance, mashing them with a small amount of yogurt, creamy avocado, or good quality olive oil can transform them into a protein-rich spread, perfect for slathering on toast or crackers. Serving them on toast becomes an opportunity for culinary creativity. By adding toppings such as briny capers, finely diced onions, or vibrant sliced tomatoes, you can craft a Mediterranean-inspired delight that offers a gourmet experience with minimal effort and time investment. Their suitability extends to hot dishes as well. Stirring them into pasta sauce just before serving not only enhances the flavor, but also boosts the omega-3 content. Incorporating them into a stir-fry during the final stages ensures they retain their structural integrity while significantly elevating the protein profile. Even the humble pizza can be elevated by the addition of sardines. Their distinctive savory and salty notes complement ingredients like olives, bell peppers, and fresh herbs exceptionally well. For a particularly potent start to the day, folding sardines into scrambled eggs or omelets transforms a breakfast staple into a nutritional powerhouse. The advantages extend beyond mere taste enhancement. They also encompass improved nutrient absorption. Pairing sardines with other nutrient-rich foods, such as vegetables, whole grains, or healthy fats, facilitates your body's ability to assimilate their beneficial components more effectively. For example, consuming sardines alongside foods rich in vitamin C, like tomatoes or bell peppers, aids in the increased absorption of iron. Therefore, while enjoying sardines directly from the can occasionally is perfectly acceptable, it is highly recommended not to confine your culinary explorations to this single method. With a small investment in creativity, sardines can become your secret ingredient, infusing countless dishes with excitement and augmenting their nutritional value. Mistake 5. Thinking all sardines taste the same. A common misconception is that all sardines are essentially identical. Many people hold the belief that opening one can will yield a flavor profile indistinguishable from any other. This assumption is far from the truth. Much like fine wines, artisanal coffees, or aged cheeses, Sardines exhibit considerable variation in flavor, texture, and overall quality, influenced by their geographical origin, their method of preservation, and even the season in which they were harvested. Consider, for instance, the waters from which they are sourced. Sardines from the Atlantic Ocean can present a markedly different taste experience compared to those from the Mediterranean or the Pacific. This divergence arises because the temperature of the water, the diet of the fish, and the broader environmental conditions all contribute to their unique characteristics. Sardines from colder waters, such as those found off the coast of Norway, often possess a firmer texture and a cleaner, more refined flavor. Conversely, sardines originating from warmer climes may exhibit a softer consistency and a richer taste. Even the time of year plays a role. Fish caught during the spring might have a lighter, more delicate flavor, while those harvested later in the year tend to be fattier and more intensely flavored. Furthermore, the choice of packing liquid significantly influences the taste. Whether packed in olive oil, tomato sauce, mustard, or simply water, each medium imparts its own distinct character. For example, Spanish and Portuguese sardines, meticulously packed in high-quality olive oil, frequently develop deep, complex flavors over time, a testament to the slow infusion process. Some producers even employ smoking techniques, imbuing their sardines with a distinct smoky richness, while others utilize spiced oils or sauces to introduce an element of piquancy. Therefore, if a prior experience with sardines was less than satisfactory, it is premature to dismiss them entirely. It is highly probable that the particular type or brand you sampled was simply not to your preference. By exploring different brands, origins, and packing styles, you can profoundly transform your perception and enjoyment of sardines. It's important to recognize that sardines are not a monolithic entity. They offer a diverse spectrum of flavors. Engaging in experimentation will unveil a world of taste sensations waiting within those unassuming tins. Mistake 4. Pairing sardines with the wrong flavors. Sardines are undeniably potent little fish, characterized by their rich oils and robust savory essence, qualities that make them formidable ingredients. However, this very intensity necessitates careful consideration of complementary flavors to achieve a harmonious culinary composition. A significant pitfall lies in combining sardines with ingredients whose flavors clash rather than complement, leading to an unbalanced and ultimately disappointing dish. The fundamental principle for successful sardine pairings is contrast. Their inherent richness is most effectively showcased when juxtaposed with bright, fresh, or tangy elements that serve to cut through their oiliness. Think of ingredients like fresh lemon juice, a splash of vinegar, zesty capers, ripe tomatoes, or the sharp acidity of pickled vegetables. These vibrant flavors do not mask the sardine's distinctive taste. Instead, they enhance it, contributing to a more balanced and engaging overall flavor profile. Fresh herbs such as parsley, dill, or cilantro also play a vital role, introducing a clean, herbaceous note that lightens the dish. Conversely, certain pairings should be approached with caution. Heavy, creamy sauces, excessively buttery preparations, or overly sweet accompaniments can often overwhelm the delicate balance of sardines. The combination of cream and oily fish, for instance, can result in a richness that becomes cloying and unpleasant to the palate. Similarly, sweet glazes or fruit-based toppings frequently contend with the natural saltiness of sardines, creating an unappealing and discordant flavor clash. To illustrate, consider the contrast. Sardines served on toast with a simple dressing of lemon juice and fresh herbs offer a light and satisfying experience. However, sardines smothered in a heavy cheese sauce would likely result in a double richness that is difficult to enjoy. While experimentation is certainly encouraged, the key to success lies in achieving balance. When you thoughtfully select complementary flavors, sardines transition from being merely fish from a can to a sophisticated ingredient that evokes a sense of freshness, vibrancy, and memorable culinary delight. Mistake 3. Rinsing away taste and nutrition. This particular practice may come as a surprise to many, but one of the most detrimental actions one can take with sardines is rinsing them under running water before consumption. A considerable number of individuals undertake this step with the intention of reducing salt content, fat, or the perceived fishiness of the sardines. However, the reality is that rinsing merely washes away both their inherent flavor and their valuable nutritional components. When sardines are canned, the oil, sauce, or brine in which they are preserved is not merely filler, it is an integral part of the preservation process. Over time, a subtle yet significant exchange occurs. The fish imparts some of their natural juices into the liquid, and conversely, the liquid infuses into the fish. Crucial nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins, and the unique flavor profile that develops during this period become integrated into the liquid. When you rinse the sardines, you not only lose these essential nutrients, but also the nuanced taste that has been meticulously developed over months of storage. For sardines packed in oil, rinsing introduces an additional complication. Oil and water do not readily mix. This results in the fish becoming slippery, prone to breaking apart, and consequently less appetizing. The same principle applies to sardines preserved in tomato or mustard sauces. Rinsing strips away the tangy and rich notes that are intended to balance the fish's natural flavor. Regarding the salt content, while it's true that sardines can be salty, rinsing is not an effective solution. The salt is absorbed into the very flesh of the fish during the canning process, rather than simply residing on the surface. A more effective strategy involves purchasing low-sodium varieties, or alternatively, reducing the salt content in the other components of your meal. This approach allows you to preserve both the flavor and the nutritional integrity of the sardines. Consider it this way: rinsing sardines is akin to undoing months of careful flavor and nutrient development in a matter of mere seconds. Instead of washing away their essence, embrace the oil, brine, or sauce. It is precisely these elements that contribute to the unique appeal and exceptional qualities of sardines. Mistake 2. Avoiding sardines because of fishiness. A primary reason why many people shy away from sardines is the pervasive belief that they possess an excessively fishy taste. However, the fundamental truth is that sardines are, by their very nature, fish, and as such, they are intended to have a flavor reminiscent of the sea. The genuine issue is not inherent to the sardines themselves, but rather stems from how they are stored, prepared, or combined with other ingredients. Well-prepared sardines should offer a clean, savory, and subtly briny flavor, akin to a refreshing ocean breeze. If your sardines exhibit an overpowering or unpleasant taste, it is highly probable that they have not been stored optimally, have surpassed their peak freshness, or are simply not being paired with appropriate complementary flavors. The key is not to mask the flavor, but to enhance and brighten it. Acidic components such as fresh lemon juice, a modest splash of vinegar, or a spoonful of tomato sauce effectively cut through any perceived heaviness and imbue the flavor with liveliness. Fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or dill serve a similar purpose, introducing a layer of freshness that balances the richness. The quality of the sardines also plays a pivotal role. Sardines packed in superior olive oil or a well-made tomato sauce often present a cleaner and less potent flavor profile compared to cheaper, poorly processed alternatives. Furthermore, it's worth noting that our taste buds are adaptable. If you are not accustomed to consuming fish regularly, sardines might initially seem strong, but over time, you will begin to appreciate their subtle sweetness and depth of flavor. Instead of dismissing sardines outright as too fishy, consider experimenting with different flavor combinations. Incorporating them into a salad, squeezing fresh citrus over them, or serving them alongside crisp vegetables can dramatically alter your perception. You may be surprised at how quickly that perceived fishy flavor evolves into something you eagerly anticipate. Mistake 1. Throwing away the precious oil. By far, the most financially detrimental mistake individuals make with sardines is the act of draining the oil and discarding it down the sink. This golden liquid is not waste. It is a repository for some of the most exquisite flavor and potent nutrition. Here's the explanation. When sardines are preserved in oil, a gradual and beneficial exchange takes place. The fish release some of their natural juices into the oil, while concurrently, the oil is absorbed back into the fish. Over months of storage, this oil becomes exceptionally rich in omega-3 fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins such as D and E, and develops a profound savory flavor. In essence, it transforms into liquid nutrition. Discarding this oil not only represents a loss of calories, but also a squandering of valuable nutrients that are instrumental in protecting your heart, brain, and immune system. From a culinary perspective, you are also relinquishing a free flavor enhancer that professional chefs would greatly appreciate having at their disposal. So, what can be done with this liquid gold? The possibilities are abundant. Drizzle the oil over salads as a sophisticated alternative to bottled dressings. Utilize it as a flavorful base for sautéing onions and garlic before cooking pasta or rice. Stir it into soups or stews to enrich the broth and add depth. You can even dip fresh bread into it, perhaps with a squeeze of lemon and a sprinkle of herbs, for a quick and satisfying snack. As an added bonus, the flavor of the oil often intensifies slightly after the can has been opened. When stored properly in the refrigerator for a few days, it can contribute even greater complexity to your culinary creations. Sardine oil is simply too valuable to waste. It should be treated as the secret ingredient that it truly is. Who should be careful with sardines? While sardines are undeniably one of the healthiest foods available, like any potent dietary component, they are not universally suitable for everyone. Certain demographic groups should exercise increased caution regarding their frequent consumption. Individuals with high blood pressure or a sensitivity to sodium should be mindful. The majority of canned sardines are packed in brine, oil, or sauce that contains a significant amount of sodium. Excessive salt intake can lead to elevated blood pressure, making low-sodium varieties a preferable choice. Those who suffer from gout or have elevated uric acid levels should also be aware. Sardines are rich in purines, which the body metabolizes into uric acid. In susceptible individuals, this can trigger gout flare-ups. Therefore, moderation is paramount. Anyone prone to kidney stones, particularly uric acid stones, should also be cautious, as purine intake may increase the risk. It is advisable to consult with a healthcare professional before incorporating sardines into your diet on a regular basis. Pregnant women, while benefiting from sardines' exceptionally low mercury content compared to larger fish like tuna or swordfish, should still monitor their sodium and calorie intake if consuming them frequently, given their common packing in oil or brine. For the vast majority of healthy individuals, sardines are a fantastic and beneficial food to enjoy regularly. However, if you fall into one of the aforementioned categories, practicing moderation is the most prudent approach. To summarize, sardines are among the most undervalued superfoods, but their full potential can only be realized through proper handling. From selecting the appropriate can to meticulous storage, thoughtful pairing, and correct preparation, minor errors can result in the difference between a bland, wasted meal and a potent nutritional boost. Do not allow simple oversight to prevent you from experiencing the multitude of benefits sardines offer. Abundant in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and essential vitamins, they actively support cardiovascular health, cognitive function, and bone integrity, all while being one of the most budget-friendly food options available. You are now equipped to unlock their complete potential and circumvent the pitfalls that often hinder people's enjoyment of them. If you found this video informative, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe to ensure you don't miss out on future tips for smart, healthy eating. Do you regularly consume sardines? Or perhaps you have a cherished method of preparing them. Share your thoughts in the comments section. We eagerly await your insights. Thank you for watching and for being an integral part of our community. If you're keen to continue your learning journey, we have 2 additional videos ready for your viewing. Simply select one and we'll meet you there. If you found this video beneficial, please make sure to hit the like button. It genuinely assists the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you never miss future video releases. I would be delighted to hear your opinions, so please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.